Hey Geeks, Arahli here, and thank you for joining me today as we play some more ARK Survival Evolved. We are on the Geeks Ragnarok vanilla server, vanilla-ish server, and we just did a restart over here. If you guys watched, there's a live stream and probably a replay up someplace, I think. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check that out, please do. I am smack in the middle, if you saw chat there, I was smack in the middle of working inventory at my job, which is like 12-hour days. So playtime and recording time has been few and far between right now. About halfway through the week, thankfully, so we won't be too much longer, but inventory. So for me right now, this is really early in the morning because I am getting ready for work in a little bit here. But I want to show you guys, if you kind of watched, what we did is we came up to the Highland area, Scotland, as the old-timers here in Ragnarok call it. And this is the the Lighthouse. And I just want to show you guys kind of what the community's got up to. So the server's been up for, well, we had it up on Saturday, and then we clustered it to the server Monday night. So people have actually started bringing their other stuff from other servers over. Here's what we got going so far. So people have been putting in some work here. We're going to go take a quick fly around so you can kind of see some. We'll get out this way a little bit first. I just kind of want to show you guys, though, the basics, kind of what the geeks have been working on. If you guys, haven't, if you don't play on the servers, it's kind of cool to see all the stuff people do here. So we've got a couple different community buildings, and we'll go look at each of them to kind of see what they are. But I just kind of thought I'd show you. It's really cool. I like having all the stuff kind of like built up into the lighthouse area. It really does lend itself pretty well to having like kind of a village-ish build around it. Oh, beautiful. All right, so let's we'll come in for a landing here, and actually let's go ahead and start down. We'll start down this direction. Ooh. Okay, so that's what we're looking like from down here. Our original plan for a community center was actually down that direction. There's a little beach area. We wanted to put it right on the water. Some gigas changed that plan very quickly. So are we getting to be nighttime? We are. So we're probably going to lose a little bit of light while we do this. So we might have to come back for some of this in the daytime. But this is probably going to be our teleport pad. Certainly is. We need to, us admins are the ones that have to place that stuff down. So we've got a Bronto platform over there, it looks like. This is probably the workshop. Storage now available. Okay. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Okay, here you go. So here's the workshop. And then this is storage, apparently. Yeah, so we've got like a little warehouse full of stuff. That's cool. And these are all labeled. That's fantastic. So a nice little workhouse, a nice little storage area for the workshop. And then let's see what our workshop looks like. Oh, they actually, okay, so they kept similar to what I had started this just to kind of get things out of the way. Looks like they kept kind of a similar build, which is nice. I dig this. So, and then this is just kind of full of all the different, building things that we use here on our servers, which is nice. Okay, got our turbine up there, getting ourselves some power, which is cool. Let's go check this out over here. What do we got? So, we're still in the middle of near the end of the archaeology event, so it's still possible to get all the dino bone costumes, which is pretty cool. This is going to be the greenhouse build. Okay, that's cool. So the snowed one is working on the greenhouse build. I kind of like this. This is kind of cool. Like I like this little like greenhouse pod, and like he built up with the half walls. Nice. So we got. It looks like we have like 3 platforms, 2 or 3 platforms. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. Okay, we'll come back around. Oh, Wyvern tail. All right, let's see what we got here. The Lighthouse Bar and Grill. Please turn off cookers when done. Okay. Oh, hello there, Fiomia. So they just kind of set up a nice little, little place, a communal work area for cooking and stuff like that. A place to do food. What's this up here? Smokers, fridges, and beer. Oh, The back room, baby. This is where you want to come. This is awesome. There's a bunch of beer and stuff going in here. So, oh, and they've actually got these labeled with what's going to go in them. So, like, there's rare mushrooms. Nice, okay. Honey. Ooh, no honey yet. Okay, see, now that'll be useful. And then smokers up top. Are they actually full of stuff? I can't tell. They're sick. Getting some work done. Sick was nice enough to move my my dinos around. That I've only tamed 2 things so far, but he was nice enough to move around. I'll show you guys those actually right now. So it's kind of heading that way. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of gamma. 3? Yeah, that's good. So this is Prima, who if you guys watch the stream, you saw me tame. Because, you know, moss chops are the best things in the world. They're definitely the first dino you should tame. And then I found Zeticus kind of roaming the plains here while I was getting back over here from teleporting in. So that was nice. I got ourselves a decent level horse. It was a 160 something. 160 something. This is the this is like the lodging area. Was there a sign? I don't think so. This is kind of like the bunkhouse. I think Lizzie was working on the bunkhouse. So people have kind of already put their names up for some of these. That's a vacant one right now. That one's Kimish. And then like I'm over this direction. Yep, so you can see kind of like that. It's all set up that way. We'll just sneak in one so you can see how it looks. So just, you know, a nice little place, nothing too crazy, but, you know, just kind of a place for people to get on their feet here. So the idea is that when people join into the servers, they can kind of hang out in the CC while they kind of find themselves a base location and go from there. So you can kind of see, you know, some more of these. There's Rimtis just chilling. But yeah, it's cool. They got like the paintings and stuff up here too. Okay, can I turn that off? So there's like paintings and stuff up here. That's the that's from the Ragnarok patrons like statue type area. So very nifty. Okay, can we go back down to the bottom? You should carry a torch with me. Oh, I didn't bring it with me. Oh. Got ourselves a nice bonfire area out here. Oh, just kick on the sofa. Check out the obelisk. Oh, there's a thing behind us. Didn't even know there was something down that way yet. Very cool. I love these foundations, by the way. If you guys haven't used these, if you are on a PC, this is from the Advanced Rafts mod. These are the foundations, and they actually extend down like 8 or 9 wall widths or heights when you put them down with those little like pier bits underneath them. I'll show you real quick. What did that sign say? Egg library. Okay. So yeah, these like those legs that kind of come down. Well, you can barely see it because of nighttime. But those legs that kind of come down will extend down, and they act like kind of walls too. So it works really well if you're trying to do like a water pen or something. Okay, egg library. Flyers, water, and ground. As in like, oh, so this is like egg storage. So when people have eggs, do we have anything? We've got anything in it right now? So as people are doing like breeding and stuff like that, they're gonna have like eggs down here. So if you needed something specific, you could just come get yourself some eggs. That's pretty nifty. Okay, so water dinos would go in here, and like I know it might seem a little weird for the water dino thing, but because of the S+ stuff on here, the hatcheries will actually pick the eggs up for you, which means we can still store them without having to be in water. That's pretty nifty. That's cool. Okay, so egg library, I got it. Nice. Okay, let's head back up and see what else we got going on here, guys. This is okay. Oh, I guess let me show you this first too. So storage for working dinos is here. There's the Ankies, you know, hanging through. This is kind of how we figure out what we need to do for each of as we kind of do these big projects. So like the breeding incubation center, Cass Miss Blinn is working on that. So essentially what we do is we put in things like this defense, right? And then there's no name afterwards. So these are that's something that needs to be done still. So people are kind of pick what they want to do and they put their names on it. So like what I just saw, like Poseidon. He's doing the water pen for us. So when the water pen gets built, Poseidon's the one working on it. So the community kind of just sets the whole thing up. Yeah, so Lizzie did the hotel bunkhouse. The garden is the snowed one. Restaurant kitchen, 6 working on that. Workshop warehouse, 6 working on that as well. Jayla did the adoption center. Dino Stable with Kamish. So like this is kind of what everyone's working on in these little things here. Which helps a lot, because when you have a whole community here and working on one thing at one time, it gets a little crazy. So having everybody like just divide and conquer makes it a lot easier for us to kind of get stuff done. They're sick. Just flying around on his lightning whiffering. It's nice. Okay, so let's go take a look at this. I don't know if I can read the sign. Future Large Dino Adoption Center. Temporary Personal Dino Pen. Okay, so this is where dino adoption will happen. Once we kind of get everything rocking and rolling. So like this will be where people leave their like this one, even this right here, and adopt me. So what happens is we've got some good breeding stats on the server. So typically what we'll have is people will actually tame a couple dinos, and this should be the breeding place, right? Not that right here. Can I see this? The Sexy Time. The Sexy Time Shack Breedery and Hatchery. So what'll happen is people will get some really good sets of dinos, like these guys. Well, not dinos necessarily, but these horses are a good set of horses, right? So what they'll do is they'll leave them in this section here, and people will be able to like breed them up, bring up their own set of whatever they need. So they don't have to like go make their own or go tame their own if they don't want to. So these are great breeders. Holy crap, 361. So fantastic. Oh, at the water pen. Okay, so we'll go check that out. And then this over here, these are also from Advanced Wraps. These are egg incubators. It's funny. They kind of did the egg thing like the hatchery deal that S Plus does. Advanced Wraps actually made something like that way before they did it. The only thing that's not done is it's not automated. So you just stick some spark powder in here and then drop an egg, and it shoots right through it and gets it all fertilized, gets it all ready to go for you. So very neat. This colorful build right here, I'm sure, is from Jayla. Yep, Adoption Center. Typically what this will be is for like shoulder pets and that kind of stuff. So like we'll have a bunch of shoulder pet deals in here at some point, like vultures and that kind of such. Okay, back out. So yeah, so that'll be kind of what that's for, more shoulder pets than anything else, which is awesome. And then I think we're pretty much done up here. I think so. Let's do a quick look up here, see if I missed anything. I think we're good. Okay, so they said the water pen was being worked on a little bit. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer until it is daytime-ish again. Wow, you know what I hadn't seen, though? Look at this. So those things we saw up top, those are the beacons from Advanced Wraps. That's pretty good. I like the idea of putting on they did a dynamic pillar from S Plus and just made it thicker. So it actually looks like it kind of fits that. So I'm going to wait just a little bit here, though. Let it be daytime, because I'm sure that if the docks and stuff are down, there's not much light yet. So we will go down there in just a second and check it out, guys. All right, we've got ourselves a bit of morning sunlight here. Let's go ahead and dive off the back here. I'm pretty sure that the water pen is going to be down this direction. Yep, you can already see there's some work being done. I have my raft is down here. I made sure I made one of those. I haven't actually built anything on there yet, but let's go ahead and get down this direction a little bit. We'll get a turn so you guys can see what we're working on here. So there's going to be, it looks like a bridge. It's going a little bit farther down. There's a bridge going across there. We've got a gate kind of built down in, some docks for it. Let's see what we got. Very cool. We'll come back out here and hit this in just a second. And then, yeah, we've already got a water pen going. Sweet. So, if this is deep enough, what we'll end up doing is placing a teleporter down inside here. Yeah, that's pretty deep. We could definitely pull that off. So, the teleports that we have in the game right now, we use awesome teleporters. And we did that to kind of supplant us using the actual teleporters from in-game with the tech. The problem is that those require tech generators, and when the server this size, everyone's using tech generators and stuff like that, it causes some issues. So what we do is we all kind of just have like everyone's allowed to have a single teleport place wherever they'd like, usually for a base location, and then us admins actually place them down and they don't get picked up by anyone other than us. So it's really cool. It makes it really easy, but it does make it possible for us to kind of teleport things around. We need a transmitter probably down here too. We typically do one of those in the water so people can bring dinos back and forth between maps. So that'll be something I'll be working on soon. I'm going to assume that the raft that was just outside this gate is probably mine. So let's go take a look there. So there's a little raft just chilling right there. Little swim. Then we can take a look at what's going on here. I really like this, like what we've been doing recently. Actually, that looks similar. Hold on a second. They did. They kind of borrowed from the design that I did on the a little bit for the design I did on the island server with the, I was gonna say, it looks like there's like a little piece in the center that's kind of opened up, and that's what, yeah, that's awesome. I know that Poseidon and I have kind of talked about a couple different things that we can do for this stuff, but the making things look thicker by putting just like a fence foundation, or not fence foundation, a rail down for S+, and then turn it into a wall instead of a rail. It makes everything gives kind of a beefier look to it, which is nice. Looks a little more structurally sound. Okay. So let's shoot him over here. So this must be our dock area they're talking about. Oh, too far. Okay. Sexy turkey. So yeah, so just kind of a shell of a house for the moment, which is cool. And it looks like that's going to kind of be, you know, the outer building for the water pen area, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you guys the area that I've kind of staked out for myself. I've already go ahead and kind of scouted out an area that I thought would be kind of a cool place to build. So we will head that direction now, so you guys at least have an idea where we're going to start, and then there'll probably be an episode for us because I have to go to work still. So I'll be right back. I'll show you guys where I want to start doing some building, and we'll wrap up the episode. Welcome back, guys. So this is Viking Bay up here on our left. It's kind of that little bit of a ruin there, and then actually the place I wanted to build is right here. Let's get out a little bit farther here so I can come back and show you. There's kind of this nice little spot that has a it's got like a little, see right there in front of us, kind of a spot where the water kind of goes underneath a little bit of a shelf. It almost, you know, from up here, it actually almost looks like a little bit of a crab with like the claws on either side. But this is kind of where I thought I would build. It just seemed like kind of a cool spot in the beginning. Like in kind of the starter-ish area of Ragnarok. Be kind of a good spot for a little starter base when people are just kind of getting in here. But yeah, you got the water bit that comes down, so you kind of could enclose the front of this if you want to, and have like a raft or something sitting in here for kind of safekeeping. And then I'm just gonna kind of put some walls, I think, on either side down here to give myself like a dino storage area. And then up there is gonna be just a basic small base. What's up? What up there, Trike? So let's go shoot around this way here, and then I'll kind of show you guys what we work with too on our servers. So the Geek servers are fantastic. There are a lot of us though, so we kind of work within some limits to try to make this feasible for as many of us to be able to play on a server at one time. So we do have some self-imposed build limits that we kind of work inside. So you can see an item collector from S+ just sitting here. Typically what we'll end up doing is you'll see us show the range. So my base is going to be, it's made to fit inside this, so each of us kind of builds inside that radius to kind of keep it so our bases aren't ridiculous and sprawling, because we can do that kind of stuff, but it slows the server down quite a bit. So usually we kind of reserve those big builds like that for community centers, like you guys saw over at the Scotland Highlandish area. But this spot over here is pretty cool. It's got some metal nodes up here, plenty of rocks, obviously. Wood is easy to get to, so there's a bunch of trees and stuff around. Obviously water right underneath us. And then actually, because of where we're at on Ragnarok, we've got some other stuff here too. These are the aloe vera plants, which will give us cactus sap. And then there are piles of sand You can see over there. So we can make all of our Adobe stuff too. So this is a cool centralized spot, or not centralized, but it's a cool spot that has, you know, a lot of the materials you need to build with kind of just all over the place right here. So it'll be cool. I think this will be a nice little spot to kind of just get working on a basic base and kind of have, you know, a nice little touchstone area that's up, you know, in the Viking Bear area, which is, like I said, it's kind of a great starter spot. Having water access for a raft means we'll have, you know, a good way to get in and out to pretty much any place you want to go. It is on the northern side of the map, so it makes some of the desert stuff a little bit harder to get to, but it's still not too bad. But the swamp is that way, the desert's back that direction, so it'd be nice. All right, guys, so there's a little tour. I just want to get you guys kind of up to speed on what we're working on the Ragnarok vanilla servers. Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you haven't watched the stream, you should. Oh, somebody else been up there already? All right, so that's funny. I just was like, what? There's glass up there. But yeah, if you guys, if you haven't checked it out, we typically try to do a death run at the beginning of any new server set for it. So definitely check that out if you guys haven't seen it. UTC and I both try to stream those. But yeah. If you guys have enjoyed, feel free to drop a like below. You can always subscribe for more content, and I will catch you on the flip side.